Hello and welcome to Bro Duel. This time we have religion, prayer and meditation. This is a mod that fleshes out the worship of the 9 divines in the world of Skyrim. It lets you more closely follow one or more of each divine, allowing you to gain favour by living in their stead. Each divine has their own ideology and commandments, and with the mod following their guidance will lead to new blessings. However, if you sin or go against the divines, you have to repent and face judgment. Put simply, the mod works on a point-based system that's separate for each divine. So depending on how many divines you follow, you'll have virtue points and sin points depending on whether you followed their teaching or sinned against them. Prayer is the only way to gain favour with any god. To start, you need to go to any shrine and activate it. This will let you collect the prayer hymn so you can pray to the divine from anywhere in the world, as well as receive a blessing. Prayer forces your character to sit still until you end the activity. As time goes by, you'll receive virtue points, and you can also use the wait menu to speed things up a bit. If you want to be a bit more strict, you can save praying for when you need to go AFK in real life, and then when you come back you'll have gained some favour. Praying at a shrine or while wearing the correct amulet will further boost the amount of favour you gain over time. In terms of sinning, the one thing all of the divine dislike to some extent are murderers and thieves. So if you're role-playing a thief, you might have to resort to meditation for inner strength, instead of relying on the gods. The other ways to gain virtue or sin will depend on the specific god. As a template and for some basic guidance, the mod uses the 10 commandments of the 9 divines. Alternatively, you can use your own knowledge of a certain divine and act in a way that you think would appease them, and that should work in most cases too. If you were following Zenithar, the god of work and commerce, his commandment says, "Work hard and you'll be rewarded, spend wisely and you'll be comfortable, never steal or you will be punished." So you'd want to do things like investing in some stores or use manual labour to make some equipment or items. You'd also have to stay completely away from thievery. Even the most pettiest of theft will greatly upset Zenithar. For the others, you can simply just apply what you know. So for Mara, you'll probably want to get married. For Stendarr, go kill some Daedra. For Orca, you'll definitely want to avoid being a vampire, and the list goes on. If you aren't sure what each god is, then the mod can act as a great way for you to get into the lore. Unfortunately, the mod can't go into super detail and reward or punish you for certain actions. For example, Kynareth definitely wouldn't appreciate you slaughtering Spriggans, but the mod can't track that without applying heavy scripts that have bogged down the game. But there's still plenty of script-free checks in place, and a wide variety of actions will still have an effect. Once you've gained enough virtue, you can use the lesser power you received earlier to potentially receive a blessing. The blessing you receive will depend on who the god is, as well as where you are. If you're at low health and in battle, you can call on any divine with high favour to temporarily increase your health until the end of battle. So in a plea of desperation, your character can call upon their god to save them, which is really fitting if you're role-playing a religious character. They won't always answer your call, but if you have high virtue and even higher faith, then your god might just help you. The other blessings you receive will also depend on whether you're at a shrine or wearing the amulet. But generally speaking, the blessing has something to do with the god. So Zenithar might make prices better, or boost your manual labour skills at a forge or alchemy station. The power of these buffs go above and beyond those of vanilla, but of course to receive anything but the bare minimum, you'll have to invest a decent amount of time into worshipping the gods. On the other side of things, you have curses. Once you sin enough against a certain god, it doesn't matter how much favour you have with them, you still have to repent and pay for your crimes. Either that or you abandon your god completely. While cursed, you can't be blessed by any of the divines, and depending on which god you upset, the curse is going to be extremely debilitating for your playstyle. You can find a full detailed list of the blessings, curses and all of the ways to receive virtue or sin points on the mod page. However, we think that knowing the exact formulas makes the mod lose its charm, especially if you're roleplaying. The whole point is to use the teachings available in the game, and then actually follow the divines as an ignorant but faithful follower. How you interpret their teachings can lead to great blessings or terrible curses, and that's all part of the fun. As I said earlier, certain characters like thieves aren't really going to be able to follow one of the divines. There's also currently no way to follow any of the Daedric gods just yet, but hopefully it's something that's added in the future. As of right now, the only real option you have is meditation. This is also an option for characters who prefer to let their inner strength guide them. Meditation is handled via a new power that can be unlocked at the Riverwood Trader or at High Hrothgar. The system is very similar to prayer, except the buffs you receive are immediate after you're done meditating. The buffs will either increase your health, magic or stamina for a short amount of time. And again, the longer you spent meditating, the higher chance and more powerful buff you'll receive. Overall, we think the mod has a lot to it, but ultimately how much of an effect it has on gameplay will entirely depend on how religiously you follow the 9 divines. The mod also works as a type of morality system, although it would probably need the addition of the Daedric gods for evil characters before it's complete. If you're interested in the mod, then you can find everything you need down below. As always, be sure to leave endorsements on any mods you enjoy. If you're in between playthroughs, you can check out g2a.com for some cheap games, and as always, thanks for watching.